Hi everybody, it's Ms. Lorenz. I'm going to talk really quickly about some lab safety or science safety that we really need to know to be good science thinkers and doers. So just to review, this falls within our scientific literacy piece that we're starting the year with. Today we're going to talk about these symbols and what they mean. We've already talked about observation versus inference. And then our last pieces that we're going to talk about next week, this again will be the two pieces that you will complete before turning in your notebook. And that has to do with the scientific notation and scientific method. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about safety. Before we start, I just want you to think, you don't actually have to write this down, but I just want you to think about some unsafe things people shouldn't do if they're in either a science lab or honestly anywhere with chemicals or potentially dangerous equipment. Think about some unsafe things people shouldn't do. And when I say people, I'm talking about both adults and students. All right. This next piece is something that you should definitely have in your notes. This is what it stands for, WHMIS. It stands for Workplace Hazardous Material Information System. And the next slide, I'm going to actually enlarge this so that you can see it and you can copy down these symbols and label each of them in your notebook. The purpose of this system is so that you understand when you see a symbol, you understand exactly what the hazard is. So for example, if you see a flame inside this red diamond, then you immediately know that that is a hazard symbol for fire. All right, so go ahead and make sure that you have all of these symbols, there are 9 of them, written down in your notebook and copy down as best as you can the images inside and what they mean. All right, the next one that I want you to know is the material safety data sheet, and it's just an important thing to know that this exists. What it is simply is just that every chemical, and this includes like chemicals that you'll see at schools and in hospitals and in lab settings and in businesses, any chemical that is there has to have this data sheet with important information. So it's just important to know that those exist. All right, and then the last one we're going to talk about is the HHPS, and that stands for Hazardous Household Product Symbols. And I want you to look through some of your household products. I keep some of my products that are like this under my kitchen sink. I have a little area where I can store them. And if you look through these products, you should be able to find the hazardous system or hazardous symbol. Now, it's a little bit harder to find on some of them, so I want you to take a minute today and look and try to identify what the danger is and the degree of risk for that hazardous product. Just like before, I want you to make sure that you have these recorded. Honestly, you should if you just completed this. So let's go back to the household products. The skull and crossbones, of course, is poison. We have a symbol for corrosive. That means that it can really destroy other things that it comes in contact with. Flammable, and this is a symbol for explosive. And then we also have these symbols. We have a warning sort of hazard diamond. We have an upside down triangle that indicates caution. And then we have, of course, this octagon that indicates danger. And then one of these would be inside each of those symbols. So if you think about all the different possibilities, we have 3 possible danger, warning, or caution symbols, and then we have 4 possible poison, corrosive, flammable, explosive. And so our total number of possibilities would be 3 times 4, which would be 12, and there they are. There's the 12 possible hazardous household product symbols that you should be able to find on products around your house or your garage. All right, so that's it. get that information down in your notes, everybody. And thanks for listening.